Hello Twin Flames and welcome to your daily check-in for Friday, Fabulous Friday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in the Divine Structure deck for the question today to really see what we need to focus on. And later on today I'm going to be doing a reading, talking a little bit about the runner-chaser dynamic and giving you some real powerful guidance about that that's been channeled to me today through heaven. So do check that out too. But right now we're going to check in and see what we need to know. And if you would like a personal reading with me, I am available right now. You can email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. Okay, wow, jump straight out. Look at this. Energy around the karmic situation. That's the only card coming out. Now, you may be wondering what's going on. What's going on within the karmic situation right now, wondering if they're going to leave, especially if you've been feeling this energy brewing and something's been shifting and you've been really expecting things to change. And maybe you're thinking, when's it going to happen? Especially as we get closer to, the summer solstice energy as well, where I feel that things are really coming to fruition. So I feel that there's some karmic cycles coming to an end between now and June, the summer solstice, and between the summer solstice and the winter solstice. That's what they're giving me intuitively. So between now and the 21st of June, there's going to be some karmic endings. And between the 22nd of June and the 21st of December, there's going to be more. So I feel there's definitely lots of cycles happening here. So there definitely is changes occurring within the karmic situation. But you also, as the Divine Feminine, are learning to be at peace with it. In other words, realizing that nobody and nothing compares to you. And it's never a decision where the masculines choose to stay with a karmic partner or choose to stay in that job or choose to continue with our addiction or choose to remain in that fear. They have to become the warrior within. And that means once they finally take back their power in their own life and take control of their own life, they choose themselves, which means they put themselves first by addressing their life, by looking at it with a higher way and thinking, okay, this isn't serving me, this isn't good for me, what do I need to do? And when they do that, that's the first step to them changing their life. And as much as you want to, Divine Feminine, you can tell them what they need to do and give them guidance and show them what to do. But until they are ready, it won't make sense to them or it won't help them because they have to do it their way. So once they finally take that power back themselves, they will always choose you because that means they're choosing themselves. You are one. How can they choose themselves and not choose you? Right now, if they are staying with a karmic partner, if they're not listening to what you're saying, or if they can't see the truth, it's because they're not yet strong enough to make those changes. So it really is about having faith in the journey. And the thing that we get triggered about the most in the karmic situation is because we can see what's going on. As a Divine Feminine, we see that they are going through misery and pain and struggle. And we can see a way out for them. But because they are in that situation, they can't see the way out the same way. So they have to learn to find the way out. And you have to be at peace with the journey for them doing that. So yes, it may trigger you and stress you out and worry you. But the best thing you can do is allow them the time, space and room to do what they need to do. And you focus on you and them and you instead of focusing all the attention on the karmic situation or what's going on behind closed doors. Because a lot of the time, it's all smoke and mirrors anyway. It's illusion. It's not as it seems. So in other words, they may put a happy picture on social media, but that's not real. It's not real. It's illusion. It's to keep up appearances. Or there's things going on in the open, everything seems wonderful, but as soon as that door's closed, there's an argument. I saw it on, I can't remember what it was. I think it was on a show I was watching, but it really proved that point. It showed that there was I think they were a celebrity couple, or there was people, and they were going out to the fans, and, there's definitely going out there into an environment where there were people watching them, and they were all happy and smiley and holding hands, and then they got into a car, and as soon as the door closed, boom, arguing, a real divide between them. They just didn't want to be in the same energy. And that's what you have to remember. Things are not always what they seem. So really the karmic partner is showing you who you are. Because there's been many times, I know I've been there with a catalyst before, where I've compared myself to the karmic partner. And there's no need to do that because there's nothing to compare. You know, we can drive ourselves mad looking at their social media profile and trying to understand what the masculine sees in that person, why they can't see that we are the one and all these things. But the masculines already know that. The masculines already know that, but they have to find the strength to really make themselves their own one. And when they do that, they'll always choose you. So there's no point comparing yourself to a karmic partner or comparing yourself to a job or anything else they're doing, because nothing else makes sense to them really but you. So there's no point putting yourself into that lower energy, and it drives you mad going over and over and over things when really that person is there or that situation is there to bring in a healing. Because remember, the karmic situation isn't just about a lover or a wife or a girlfriend or, you know, a husband or anything else. The karmic situation or the karmic energy is anyone or anything that seems to be in the way of the connection or causing a trigger or a delay. So for example, there could be a mother or a father figure, there could be a friend, there could be a job, a boss, a colleague. It could be an addiction like alcohol or gambling or drugs or anything else that's creating this karmic situation. A karmic situation is something that needs to be healed and released and completed. It's a contract that we have either come into this world and this earthly body to complete, or it's something from a past life that is being healed in this life. So never see the karmic situation as an enemy or the karmic person as an enemy, because they are a helper to the connection. In other words, they are helping the masculine to realize that you are the one and to realize that they are their own one and to make changes. Without that karmic partner, they wouldn't gather that knowledge and wisdom and strength. So the karmic partner or the karmic situation is actually a friend to you, not a foe. You know, so start seeing them as someone helping instead of someone delaying or calling them names or being bitter towards them, because it doesn't work. Forgiveness is the key. And when you accept yourself exactly as you are, and I'm going to be talking about this in the Let's Talk video I'm doing later on, it really resonates with this message coming up as well. It's about understanding that when you accept yourself, nothing can touch you, because you realize how valuable you are, how precious you are, and how special you are. And you realize that anyone is lucky to have you in their life. And then you stop comparing yourself to the karmic partner and you start focusing on how amazing you are, and you start focusing on how amazing your life is. And that's when all the doors open for change. So we're going to bring in one of my decks here, the Karmic 101. Now, I created this deck as the masculine having a conversation with the karmic partner. So if you think any of these cards that come out are aimed at you, ask yourself why you're thinking that. Okay, because this is about what's going on within the karmic situation. So cards jumping straight out here. I wish you would leave me alone. So really he's wishing that this person or situation would leave him alone. So remember, if we go to fear first of all, if the karmic situation is his own fear or maybe an addiction or something he's going through, he wishes that part of himself would leave him alone. He's thinking, I don't need to have another drink. I don't need to buy that thing. I don't need to do this. I don't need to focus on that fear. So he's saying, I wish you would just leave me alone. So that's really about praying for help, because he's saying, angels, please give me the strength to deal with what I'm going through. Now, this could also be a karmic partner on his case all the time around him, not giving him some space. And he's saying, I wish you'd just leave me alone. So that's also about him needing to go within and process. It could be about his boss or colleagues, maybe has a deadline and he feels like everyone's getting to him. And he's saying, I wish you would leave me alone. Sometimes he feels that way towards you, Divine Feminine, because he needs space. It's not that he wants you to leave him alone. He just knows he needs space. So when this card comes up, there's a lot of pressure. The masculines are feeling pressured by others, but really the pressure is coming from their own self. And that's one of the reasons they can cause a block in their life. Because remember, if they block you, they are blocking themselves from the best thing that's ever happened to them, because you are one with each other, because you are one. But they are also blocking the situation. So what he's saying to the karmic partner, the energy around it is, I stayed for the wrong reasons. I know that now. So it may have been he stayed for his children. And you maybe think, well, that's a great reason to stay there for. That's the right reason to stay there for. But it's never the right thing to do if there's arguing going on or conflict or drama, because that doesn't serve the children either. What serves them is to live in a more stable, loving environment. And if that's not what they are in, then things need to change. He may have stayed for financial reasons because he was afraid of losing money or losing status or being judged. And he's saying, I stayed for the wrong reasons. I know that now. So what he's saying is, I'm aware of my karmic situation and what I need to do and change. And also, you don't own me, so stop thinking that you do. So this person or this boss or situation may be trying to own him in some way or own her in some way. So in other words, this is when they feel that they have rights to that person. And that's not true. We don't have rights to any person. We're all free individuals and we have free will and we're all free beings. And even though the divine feminine, divine masculine belong to each other, when you are together in union, you don't feel that need to control because you've worked through all of that. So the relationship itself, the union itself is very free. It feels free. It feels lovely. It feels powerful because there's so much trust there. Like with me and George, if, for example, he had to go somewhere and stay away from me for a month because of a family obligation or anything else, I wouldn't feel struggle around it, or I wouldn't be in pain about it, or I wouldn't feel that, oh my God, he's going to leave me, or what's he doing, or where is he? Because I understand that we are free beings and there's so much love there and trust there that we don't need to go into the ego in that way. So in other words, this is reminding you that all these things get healed before permanent union. So if you're being triggered still by the karmic energy, if you're still, going over things in your mind or stressing out or feeling jealousy or envy, you're still healing for your union. So you may be feeling completely ready for it, but if these things are still triggering to you, and you know it by the way you feel inside or by the words you use or the way you react or respond, if you're still being triggered by it, then you're still healing too. So the energy around the karmic situation is the masculines are very aware of what they need to change and do. And feminines, you're being guided to release and let go of control or stress or comparing yourself or any conflict or worry. Never feel jealous of that person because they've really got the distorted version of what you'll have. You're going to have the whole complete version of your twin. They've just got a part of that, a mere speck in the equation. And that's what you're being guided to know. So I'm going to bring in a message from the Archangel Michael Oracle. What does Archangel Michael want you to say about this? Innocence, wow, very powerful. So this is a message about forgiveness. So Archangel Michael is saying it's really important that we forgive the karmic partner, or we forgive the masculine for the karmic situation. But most importantly, it's important that we forgive ourselves, because no one can hurt us, affect us, or, cause pain in our lives without our own permission. So when we forgive ourselves for feeling vulnerable, we feel better. When we realise, wow, the masculine is actually learning right now, all of this is happening for spiritual growth, then we can forgive. So dear God and the angels, thank you for helping me see that all of your qualities of pure love and light are reflected within me and all others. Help me to embrace my God-given innocence so I may be at peace. So forgive and heal, because we're all children of God. And anything that happens that causes pain or any kind of struggle is always through fear. It's fear-based. So, for example, you might think, well, how can I forgive the karmic partner when they've done this to my twin, or they've caused all this pain, or they've done this or that? Remember, everything they've done has been through their own fear, because they've been afraid of losing something in their life, or they've been hurting inside. So see it in a higher way. And remember what Jesus says. Embody the power of unconditional love. In other words, forgive them, because that's having mercy. And also, it's about realizing that the masculines are doing the best they can in any given moment. They don't want to hurt you, because hurting you hurts them, because you are one. But they may be thinking about children, they may be thinking about other things. So always try and see it in a higher way. So let's do an energy from the angels about this as well. You are here to live a joyful life. So go for your passions and always do the things that bring joy into your life. So if you are focused on the karmic situation and it's stripping you and robbing you of your light and your joy, then put the attention back to yourself, because you are here to live a joyful life. Focus on you and your twin. Don't focus on them and the karmic partner, because that's fueling the fire. And it's giving that connection energy. Instead, focus on you and them. Focus on being together, the end result, living life, visualize it. And go for your passions and always do the things that bring joy into your life. So instead of focusing on that karmic situation, focus on your dreams, your hobbies, your goals, the things you enjoy. And then you'll feel better. You'll release any fear or any restrictive energy or any limitations or anything that feels like it's going against God. So in other words, you release any resistance and you're more in the flow of life, and things happen quicker. Doors open, opportunities come, and the masculines change their life their way in their own time. And that's why they say to you, I have to do it my way, because that's how I'll follow through. Sometimes the masculines will say, I'm going to give it another go with a karmic partner. Not because they want to, but because they know inside it's over, but they want to really be able to say, well, I've done everything I could. I've tried my best. I've give it another try. So they know for sure that there's going to be no repercussions when they leave, and they won't feel guilty. So in other words, trust that this karmic situation is coming to an end, but it's also serving the connection that you share with your twin, because it's bringing in lessons and healing and growth. And that's what they want you to know. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.